Yes, people, make sure you smash the likes. Preach. I didn't clock, but why? You're standing up.
You celebrating, bro?
It works. I've been doing it a couple times now, innit? It works. I like it.
All right, we're filling in a couple more people. We got Arsenal fans in the top row. We're gonna have Liverpool fans on the bottom row, and I think KP and I don't know. I think we're gonna have like a whole full thing going on in it. But 0-0 at the Emirates. Some would say that, you know, Liverpool deserved to get at least something out of that with the chances. Yeah. Second half was a bit abysmal. It came with 2 hours, really. One didn't even have a striker. The other one, you could say even Arsenal didn't have a striker. Gyökeres looks absolutely piss poor. 0 shots in 7 games.
We had 1 attacker. That's how
horrendous.
Nice.
We had 1 attacker on the pitch.
You know what the maddest thing is, yeah, with Arsenal, yeah, is today was a golden opportunity, right? Don't get me wrong. You can probably afford it as well at that, yeah. It's crazy how you go from putting in some decent performances of late and then all of a sudden you produce that in the second half. And I was so confused. All Slot did, yeah, was move Szoboszlai into the midfield and say, Wirtz, you're going to do the false 9. Simple. And the control was all in Liverpool's favour, but it wasn't enough either in the same breath. But if you're a Liverpool fan, you're taking that all day long.
All day.
All day. 1 attack on the pitch. 1 attack on the pitch.
Hey, fam, 4 points.
I'm taking it. We had 1 attacker on the pitch for 90 minutes against Arsenal, one of the best defensive teams in the league. You have to, and probably one of the best attacking teams in the league as well. And they didn't do anything. They didn't have a sniff. They didn't have a sniff.
I'm greedy though. I'm upset we didn't win it.
I know you're gonna allude to the Frimpong thing, innit?
Yeah,
I know you are.
We should have won that game, man. We had a couple of.
Even
Frimpong on the right hand side is the biggest threat. And we have an attacker on the left hand side. We have Gakpo on the left hand side, which is crazy. You're not deep. You guys, we're not deep in this, you know.
Like, let's get one thing straight. You're not Chelsea. You didn't win. You didn't win a draw. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no.
But you guys are not deep in how Arsenal had 7 attackers today. 7 attackers. They didn't get through our defense. Are you not worried about that? Arsenal fans not worried about that.
Arsenal ain't scored against us this season.
Just gave City a life, man.
Count them.
Arsenal can't score against Liverpool this season for some reason.
I'm
You're right.
I would be worried.
It's Arteta. You don't know what to do in these big games. He doesn't know. He ain't done it before. Same again. I said it. It's because of Arteta why you lose. Why are you bringing on Eze? You don't even like Eze. You ain't played him for how long?
Yeah. Barely had a touch, by the way. Barely had a touch.
I didn't see him actually have anything. What you not saying with the Arsenal crew? What? Because the first half was so promising, man. I thought the tactics in the first half were amazing from Arteta. For me, from what I was seeing, I was like, bro, like I'm seeing the left back and right back, Timber and that very high, pinning back Gyökeres, basically Gakpo at that point, and it was pinning back Frimpong. I was thinking like, bro, like they're in some left wing, right wing positions. Erdegaard's dropping deep to obviously move the ball forward. Zubimendi was outrageously moved. Like for me, he was actually good for the whole game. So it was a bit of Declan Rice now. And I think like Liverpool have no chance here. It just missed a finishing touch somewhere in that first half. But what happened? What do you not think just happened, bro?
I think Saka had Gyökeres on smoke. Saka was on smoke that first 25 minutes. And same with Trossard. Maybe not Trossard as much, but Saka was really on it. That's probably the best. That was the best I've seen Saka play in a while.
I didn't see Saka in the second half. That was the problem I didn't see with Saka. I didn't see him in the second half.
I
didn't see him.
Let them.
Yeah, let them talk.
Yeah, but the thing with the first half, we were on it, and then what made even the first half was like a game with 2 halves because we were on it, and then it was when Saliba and Raya made that little. They were miscommunication, and who was it that hit the crossbar for you?
Conor Bradley.
And then once you did that, I think we got a bit shook, and then the rest of that first half was very even, and you got back into the game. That's how the first half ended. That first half ended very tense, and then the second half, I don't think we even turned up. We couldn't even put 3 passes together.
Second half, wow.
That's the worst I've seen Arsenal play of the season. That second half. That's the
No,
worst.
we lost our match.
One of the best second halves we've ever had in this season. Because
But the weird thing is though, our fair play to Liverpool, but I didn't even feel, even though you dominated the second half, I didn't feel threatened. Like,
Oh yeah, we weren't threatening. Don't worry, we weren't threatening. We weren't threatening.
No, you weren't threatening in the second half, even though you dominated the ball more in the
Yeah,
second
I agree.
half.
I agree
Because
we have one
a-
attack on the pitch. Just remember that we have one attack.
No,
on the pitch.
regardless of team, you keep going back to this one.
We didn't have a single shot on
All
target. That's what
that
matters.
doesn't make any.
We
All
still
that
have-
doesn't make
again, we have one attacker on the pitch, and that's
Listen,
good.
Wait. Hold on. Let's go one at a time before we do the over talking, because otherwise, Preach can't hear you. Then Kai can't recollect what you man are saying, and then do you get it? Let's hear what you have to say. Then we'll rebuttal everything.
One attacker or not, I'm not even criticizing what you did. I'm saying you had more ball possession in second half, 65% to our 35%. And if you had more ball possession, you could have progressed the ball even without an attacker, and to threaten to threaten Arsenal, because again we were playing poorly, is what I'm saying. So this idea of whether it's one attacker or not, we saw Spain in the 2010 World Cup play with 6 midfielders and 4 defenders and go all the way to the final. How many times did they put a striker up there in their team? So it's not about it. It's about controlling the ball. You guys controlled more. We had more control in the first half. We had more ball possession in the first half. I should have done something with it. Again, these type of games will happen throughout the entire season, where we're going to have poor games. But one thing I'm glad is that we did not lose the game, because a loss for me would have been worse. That's we didn't lose the game. We still get a point out of it. It still keeps us 6 points ahead of City and Villa. Regardless, that's what you need the cushion for. The cushion we had before, these are the type of games that we need that cushion for. Because if you didn't have six points cushion earlier and City didn't go and draw, City right now probably will be catching up to us. So I'm not really worried, because I've looked at the whole season right now. We played how many games this entire season? 21 games, and we've lost 2 games in all competitions. So the consistency of the squad for me is what I'm looking at over the whole thing. But this particular game,
Okay, Dale, let me ask you a question. Eze, Trossard, Gyökeres, Odegaard, Saka, no breakthrough.
Yeah, it happens in games. Just because it's a one-off game, the same Eze, Trossard. Hold on. Let me respond. You asked me a question, so let me respond. If you ask a question, you have to wait for an answer. The same Eze against Tottenham scored a hat trick. The same Saka put people on smoke in the Champions League and even in the Premier League here. So my point is, they will have bad games. Sadly, they all had a bad game today. The setup was wrong. It was a bad game, so that's what it was. You cannot use this one bad game to judge 21 games where the team has only lost twice and has won like how many games and drawn how many. So that's how I look at it. The consistency for me, this is a one-off where I'm like, you know what? Go back, dust yourself off, wake up now. You know what, and I know what everybody was. I mean, while I was watching it, I heard a bunch of people saying, "No, yeah, I was on another stream. Well, your set pieces and own goals have dried up." I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, City have the same number of own goals that we have too. So what are we doing? It's like,
I'd say you're not really known for losing anyway. You're known for drawing a lot of games and too many games. So
we have the least draws. We have the least draws this season again.
You lot kind of draw too much games anyway. It's always the drawing that actually messes you up. It's not actually the losing the games.
But so last season,
it's kind of the same.
But in fairness, City have just drawn 3 in a row though, so it kind of just works.
That would be the difference. That would be the difference.
So you're right.
Liverpool are not challenging.
Let's not act like this is a blunder for Arsenal too tough though, isn't it?
You're right. You're right.
I think a lot of games. Honestly, me personally, I think it's
I'm saying it's part of this history that we know. How many games did you not lose last season?
Okay, so last season I think we lost 4 games and drew 14 games. But hold on. Let me give you a stat. Let me give you a stat.
Now wait, even in your invincible season, you drew a lot of games.
Yeah.
Drawing. So when you see this losing thing,
in those days, a draw wasn't a problem like it was.
Let me have a question. Last season,
wait, one at a time. Let them respond and then ask them a question, and Yaz, you jump in as well.
What's worse? That's all I don't know. What's worse? I think this draw is worse.
There's nothing that exactly. Neither of them are worse. I'll say this.
That's what I'm thinking.
Are you guys not worried? Why would you be worried?
Why should you be worried? What do you mean? Are you worried? Like, what do you want me to worry about?
I know my team. That's why.
Hold on. What do you want me to worry about? Last season that you're talking about, we drew 14 games. Of those 14 games, 6 of them we played with 10 men in discipline, red cards that we messed up on, and I attribute that to indiscipline on the player side. This season, we've not gotten one red card so far in 21 games. By this same time last season, Arsenal had gotten 3, almost 4 red cards by this same time last season. So my point is, in some of those games where we actually drew, if we had 11 men on the pitch, maybe we go on to win. And in those 6 games, we were in winning positions and lost the game to a draw. Like literally lost from 1-0 or 2 to come back and draw 1-1. They came back and drew because we had 10 men on the pitch. If we can eliminate that this season, which we have done so far, fair enough. Right now, we have how many? 4 draws. No, how many draws do we have? 2 losses, 4 draws this season so far. By the same time last season, we had drawn God knows how many, maybe 8 or 9. So again, if you're saying that it's because we're known to do that in the past, this season we've showed that we're not doing what we did last season. There's been an uptick in the results, regardless of how you want to look at it.
We're only halfway through.
I know that's why I said
convince you.
By this time last, hold on. By this time last season, 21 games,
in general,
we had drawn about 8 games.
3-0. Do
you understand what I'm saying?
Convincing
we halved it.
Come on, a game with our advances. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You come out of the game, our advances. That's what I saw. That's what I saw today. That's what I saw.
I don't know what
you guys today. Everyone was saying to me, "You're gonna get smoked. You're gonna get smoked. You're gonna get smoked." Where were you guys? Where was the smoke?
The people.
Where was the smoke?
Go on, Yaz, and then Ryan.
But we're gonna pretend like Liverpool's 2 centre backs are not supposed to be good players. So if they play good, are we gonna be surprised? No. Our attacker Gyokeres had another horrible game, but that was correct. If you can't win, make sure you don't lose. The season is a winding season. Man City are drawing. We've drew big whoop, bro. It's not.
And they got Man United next.
They've got to go to Anfield. They've got to go to Stamford Bridge. They've got to go to Old Trafford. They've got to play Newcastle on a return leg at the Etihad.
You've got to go to the Etihad too.
That's the only hard place we have to go this season left. Everywhere else we've gone to Villa, we've gone to Newcastle, we've gone to Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, we've been to Liverpool, we've been to United.
I don't think at that point of the season, I think that's a huge benefit. 100%, but I think it comes down to who wants it more when it gets around that February period.
And it ain't the big teams, and it ain't just the big teams Arsenal got to worry about. They've lost to West Ham, they've lost to Fulham.
Listen, bro,
It's the pressure.
Remember the same worries.
I always say, Armageddon April for Arsenal.
Alright, but the same thing is though, remember, we got to think of
there's something.
You got to think of something, and you got to think of something. Can you not hear me? Yeah. First and foremost, if you're a member, you can become a member. It don't matter what membership. I just posted the link. So if anyone wants to join in and just get their say, go for it. But you need a camera. That's all I'm gonna say there. So you want an opportunity, become a member. It's like $1.99. If you and some of you already like Red Gorilla, there you go, boom. But just check the posts in Never a Foul chat. It's gonna happen every reaction now, yeah. Just so people get opportunities to voice whatever they want to say. But I was gonna say this year, at this point in time, City might have just bought Semenyo. They're looking at Gay, who we don't know what happens at the moment. And obviously they're trying to reinforce what they got. But I just don't think even though Arsenal are in this position where they don't know about Gyokeres, if he's going to be the number 9 anymore. Is it going to be Jesus? Is it going to be Havertz? Maybe a Marino again? I still feel like no matter what, I think we're pushing this kind of narrative that we think that when it comes to April, Arsenal going to bottle it or something like that. But you got to remember with City at this moment in time, they've got no Gvardiol. And they've got no Diaz for at least 6 weeks. Yeah, so going into April. And we don't know Semenyo is going to fit in like a glove yet. We don't even know if Gay is going to come over. So you might have done a little job ways that Man City fans have now got a bit of hope. There's a storyline again, once again. I love that. But I just don't think you can look at Arsenal will put in this.
League is so volatile.
Let me put up a narrative real quick.
I don't think you see another performance like this from Arsenal for a while now, man.
Again, let me say this right, Kaz.
You have to give Liverpool, bro. You gotta give Slot credit today with the way he handled that second half, bro. And the rest of the players, they played aggressive against an Arsenal side who like to go long. Like, bro, you have to.
Yeah. I don't hear that from can I say this? You know how they say, Arsenal is going to fall off in the second half of the season?
Nah, they're not, man.
No, yeah, that's what most people say. That's the narrative. They just without looking at the football that is being played, and then they say City picks up in January. City hasn't picked up this January. That means the narrative that you have about City has changed this January. No, I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying they won't pick up. I'm saying so far, because that was the narrative in December. Oh, Arsenal, you guys have peaked already. In January, you're going to fall away. We have literally won our games and drawn one game. City has gone 3 draws back to back. So, and I'm not even using it as a diss. I'm just saying narratives change. So this idea that you ask, oh, why do you think Arsenal cannot win the league is because, oh, they're just going to bottle it based on what this season is a question, not based on the mistakes they made in the past. Because if that's the case, because if that's the case, if that's the case, listen, if that's the case, if that's the case, Liverpool should be winning. If that's the case, Liverpool should be winning the league this season because you won it last season.
Wait. Let me answer
excuses. You should be winning this season.
You know why Liverpool should?
That's my point, though. The narrative changed. You won last season. You're struggling this season.
It's also a known fact.
Let her go.
It's a known fact that Liverpool ain't gonna retain nothing, can it? That's another fact. So we can run that narrative in it that Liverpool haven't retained the title.
I'll be honest.
But City have already retained. So why didn't City retain it last season? The narrative changed for City as well. Why did City retain it? City are known to retain, but City didn't retain it last season.
City were tired, man. City won it. That's my point.
Now you make excuses for City, but you don't admit the fact that things change.
You can play this game.
All I'm saying.
Go by this season. Arteta doesn't make the right choices against the big teams this season. You should have went for the win against City. You should have won against us today. Like when you're winning these things. I'm saying, we're only going by this season. Like there's even Villa. I know you lot got the revenge in the second game, but the first game you should have won. You need to win those games. This is what I'm saying. And I know you're season, but this is, and we reference and we relate these to like West Ham last season. I know we just said forget about it, but you do these things all the time. I'm gonna go into the fact.
Can I go? The last 3 years. When have you not done it? When have you not done it? Can I say this? Can I respond to what you just said now? This season, yes. Can I say that first? Hold on, Musa, please. Let me respond to what he said. He said something. If we don't respond to one thing or the other, you add to it. I lose track of what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah,
what he said is really what you said is true about this season. That this season against the big teams, we've kind of struggled, but the last 3 years, Mikel Arteta has had a good record against the big teams. We have had a good record in the last 3 seasons against the big teams. Hold on. My thing is the little teams that caused us problems last season, the Brightons, the Aston Villas, the West Hams, the Fulham games, those games, the Newcastles, those games this season, we've turned all of them around. For me, that shows the sign of a manager who learned from what mistakes he made. Even if, again, the season that you guys won I think it was when Liverpool beat City to the Premier League. You didn't beat City home and away. You didn't need to beat them home and away. You just needed to beat everybody else that you could beat. You're the champions. You came to my home. I just needed to defend. We came to defend your championship. You got your point. Fair enough. But I don't need to beat Liverpool home and away and City home and away. I would love to.
Dale, can I go? You know, we've made a blueprint. I think we have performed a blueprint on how to get a point against Arsenal away from home.
You said that with Newcastle. You said that with Sunderland. You said that with
literally
Chelsea.
just showed the rest of the league how to get a point away from home against Arsenal.
That's very shallow because they said that against Sunderland. They said it against Sunderland. Sunderland has showed exactly how
to get a point against Arsenal.
How did you do it?
How did we do it? We literally showed you. We had. Did you win? Did you win? Block, and then we countered. I think other teams.
Did you win?
Were more dangerous on the attack. Like a let's say
this blueprint. I'm asking. Did this blueprint beat Arsenal at the Emirates?
Nah, you know what?
Other teams come to the Emirates, like the bottom 10 teams, like let's say, the bottom 10 teams are going to do the same thing. Even Musa, what is Wolves? They close to the end.
What is this blueprint?
They were close to the end.
What is
I'll tell you what the blueprint. I'll tell you what the blueprint.
We found the blueprint. This was the blueprint. We did
it. I want to hear what
there's a flaw in all of this, though. The blueprint. So I think the blueprint is packing out the midfield is probably the blueprint against Arsenal. But the only issue is with this blueprint of stopping Arsenal is, are your attacks going to be sustained enough to get past still Gabriel and Saliba, right? That's the blueprint, is counter-attack. But that's what most teams do against top sides anyways. You had all of the ball today because you packed out with 5 midfielders, which was fair, and Gakpo and Frimpong with your outlets, more or less. But you didn't really threaten their goal in it. So that's that. See, now I'm even thinking I'm thinking surely if we go to Arsenal, you put Cunha in the false 9 again, like you did at Old Trafford, and you have Mbeumo and Ahmad on the either wing and Bruno behind it. You got more of a opportunity. But the difference is, though, Musa, the difference is you still got Captain Van Dijk at the back, and you still got Konate, who decided he wanted to play ball today.
Most of the league, if you put Ballard in there, if you put just all you have to do is head the ball away, clear the ball away. Anyone could have been Van Dijk today. I would be so serious.
No. It's not as easy as Van Dijk.
Today. All Konate had to do was hold Gyökeres, and literally Gyökeres didn't do anything.
I love this because now I'm just gonna turn up my mic, and then now I'm gonna have more gain than all of you bastards if you want to do all that kind of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So before you want to land and all that, let Ryan get in a word after, and let Yaz get in some words. Big up Link as well. I'm just gonna I'll say this. Not every team has an aggressive Van Dijk who decides I am the man today, and a Konate says I want to partner you today. Not everyone could do this against Arsenal. Let's put some respect on the Emirates, bro. There's a reason why they've got the record they do at home at the moment, and nobody can get wins there, bro. You went toe for toe because guess what? You still have quality in your side. They just ain't been playing. And that's for me, that's just my opinion. I don't know what you lot agree with. I think today with Arsenal, I got told by Stefan, you sort of preached that Wirtz allowed to play today. No, Wirtz just played because Wirtz is quality and he's starting to adapt to the league with the physicality of it. Well, he had a great game. If it wasn't for flipping Gakpo and for Frimpong making stupid decisions, he would have probably came away with a man of the match. But today, you played like last season. Yeah. Do you get it? Last season, that was a last season Liverpool for me. It was gung-ho. You kept staggering your press. McAllister actually had his best game in time. And I want to run it back. I was Zubimendi. Bro, it was yin and yang, bro. It's like I watched you, man, of last year personally. I'll give you that thing. But at the end of the day, even without Ekatike and all that kind of stuff, it still wasn't enough to penetrate these, man. It just wasn't enough.
Ekatike plays today, we win this game.
If Arsenal targeting the second half for you,
you know our left-hand side. You know that left-hand side today. I'm gonna be real. We couldn't go through our left-hand side. You know why?
And Gakpo ain't got no relation.
It's not Kirkers.
None whatsoever.
It's not all on Kirkers. It's Kirkers, Wirtz, and Gakpo. They all want to play in each other's. They all want to play in each other's position. It's like they're all getting each other's way.
Wirtz was sick today for me, bro.
Musa, can I address something that you said?
That's the blueprint of the manager. He's got every wide player inverting, bro. Yeah, that's the manager.
Exactly, and we can't.
None of them. We can't blame the players.
Is that the blueprint?
Ryan, let's get Ryan and Yaz into this as well, yeah. So with today, if that's you like your worst, you should be quite optimistic, saying you're cool. You know what you can do when you play better, right?
We just,
you know what I'm saying? You got Forest next.
Yeah, like firstly, there's no blueprint. He's just hyping. So I mean, there's no blueprint there at all.
I mean, I'm gonna take that one though.
But it was just like, as I said, if we started, I'd be more annoyed if we started the game back, because previous seasons we go into some big games and we just start stinking. We just don't do well. But we started the game well. As I said, this last part of the second half, we got a bit rattled because they hit the crossbar, and it just does, and that's how that half ended a bit more tight. But the second half, I can't even put it down to Arteta because he made good subs. The players just didn't turn up. We were just making basic passes. We were just getting
what good subs did you make?
Sorry?
What was the good subs?
Well, all the attacking subs. What you think? Not taking Gyokeres off was a good.
No, but Eze and Madueke did nothing. Madueke,
yeah, they didn't do anything. But
the quality of the subs expected to be able to do something.
It's not just the subs that didn't turn up.
I mean, this was a nil-nil draw.
Yeah, what Eze done? Frimpong was doing the whole day, crossing, and no one was getting on the end of it, bro. Yeah,
we just had a bad day. The whole team had a bad day in the second half. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I can't put down to Arteta.
I think it was just I think you just had a standard home performance. Like, you should have been playing well. first 20.
You guys had a really good first 30 minutes. I don't like that you guys said you had a bad day. You were all over us for 35 minutes.
We said in the second half. In the second half, we were bad. We were bad in the second half. We were better in the first half. And in the second half, hold on. And in the second half that we were bad in, you didn't have any shots on target against us.
To defend it.
You didn't have any shots on target the entire game because the Bradley chance, the crossbar.
But that's my point. My point is we were really bad in the second half, and I can accept. Like I'm literally saying, Arsenal was bad, but you weren't able to capitalize as well, regardless of what you want to say. We were really bad. You could have capitalized.
Do you guys know we're an awful side? Dio, do you know?
Have you watched
Liverpool? Have you watched Liverpool this season?
Musa, you said your blueprint. Let me land my ship. You said your blueprint was low blocks. Do you realize that Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, and Arsenal are the 4 teams that face the most low blocks in the season so far? Hear me out. I am saying we're already
saying one thing and then saying that's everything I said. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Exactly what you said, bro.
Okay,
you just
let me finish.
If you didn't speak over me the whole time,
I hadn't even finished.
They were gone, but that's not what I said though. So
okay, you said one part of your blueprint is play a low block, right? Part of it, right? You mentioned low. You did mention the word low block in your blueprint.
I mentioned it. That's one part of it.
Yeah. So I'm saying already the 4 teams that face the most low blocks, anyways, this whole season. It means that what is the thing that you're saying is part of your blueprint. We're already dealing with, and yet we are top of the table, 6 points ahead. Champions League, top of the table, did not lose anything there. 1 goal conceded, haven't lost at home, the same home record that you're talking about. Again, so when you say that this is an issue, I tend to look at everything.
You always do good. Like you always go on good runs.
Yeah, we do good at home. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying for the last 3 years, you lot have been playing good. That's
not like this one though.
My argument's not that you're rubbish. My argument is when push comes to shove, that's when you mess up.
And that's what I'm saying. It's been an issue deal.
Like Villa's playing great. Forest was great last season. Newcastle, like those teams, we expect the drop off. You guys just always do some madness that messes.
What's a madness though? We didn't get pumped by you 3-0. Like there's not.
No, he's not. He's talking about the full landscape of the title race.
Okay, so let's.
I think you guys respect the full landscape.
We're going a bit too
left. Let me answer that question. That's what I meant. That's why I mentioned the draws earlier. I never said you don't lose games all the time around April and March. I say you do something that messes you up.
But you want me to pinpoint
it. I addressed the draws. I told you, like, if you look at last season,
the last 2 weeks by 4 points.
Yeah, but you didn't win nothing last season either.
That's the point. We're not in last season.
You know what? We've only played 21 games.
Even your first title charge, you played as good as you're playing this season.
Preach. Here's what I'm saying. You see, you're right. Yeah. I'll give it 22-23. Right, we played well. We didn't win anything. We lost by 5 points.
Right, in March, in May.
Hold on. I've admitted to what. Listen, whether it's in May, it's in March, it's in April that we lost. My point. I'm going by your point. Listen, you said May, fine. In May,
I'm gonna let you finish. But I'm saying my point is, it's this time of the year when you start messing up. And then
no. Again, that's what I'm trying to do. You said it's this time of the year that we start messing up. In 23-24 season, when we came back from Dubai, Arsenal went up. City did better than us, but Arsenal went on a 70 out of 17 games. We won 15, drew 1, lost 1. In the second half of the season, starting from January to May. Hold on. That's 23-24. City on the other hand went. I'm coming. City on the other hand went.
No, before you go to the next season.
That's the season that we dropped by 2 points.
But anyway,
no. We didn't have a game in hand.
But what does it matter? What does it matter? It don't matter today. That's what I'm doing today.
I'm debunking what you're saying today, though, man. You're saying we capitulate in the second half of the season. This is where we start messing up. And I'm giving you a scenario of just 2 seasons ago where we actually started in January all the way to May, played 14 games and won them, drew 1 and only lost 1. I know it's easy to erase that memory and just try to place a label on Arsenal. I get it. But my point is that debunks what you're saying. that we bottled in the second half of the season.
The games you lost,
It
win the league.
It does.
I mean,
Playing
good. The other team, Man City, was just better that year.
That's what I'm saying. And I owned up to that. I said Man City were better than us. Man City played 17 games, won 16 of them, and 2-1. So again, it wasn't like we were terrible.
Season Saliba got injured.
Why do we not going back to the past? Who cares about the past? Right now,
this is my point. My point isn't, if you let me land, my point isn't about the past. My point is that Arteta always does something. Something always happens. That's my point. You don't want to
all I'm saying is Martinelli's a dickhead. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, let me read this. Let me read these quick. Benny Boy says, if Arsenal had a Premier League level striker, it would have been 2.5 times. Gyökeres is the worst striker of the summer. See, this is what I want to allude to, is what the game is. We're gonna have to talk about a striker that's got 0 shots in 7 games. If we're going off of today, look, man, I know we can go back to there's always something happening, but let's be real. Pep didn't do nothing last season. If we're gonna go off of that, and guess what? Yeah, it don't look like they're doing much. Well, it's not like they're not doing much, but I don't think they're gonna. I don't think it's the one of 2 years ago that was just that much better. There's nothing to kind of insinuate that City are gonna do more than what Arsenal do. If Arsenal draw, you can probably bet that City gonna do another draw. Like they ain't got a defense at the moment. It's all scrambled. But
the league could change, man. The league could change.
I know it's
a volatile league. It's a volatile league.
Why argue with Arsenal fans when you can wait? It's true. You don't get me wrong, but my thing is, let's talk about the problem itself. Ryan, you spoke about it just before we went live on that. But Gyökeres, are Arsenal fans starting to see that this guy offers nothing?
I gave up on him. You can. He's not up to the level of technically in the league. He's just not at it at all. He's not up to the level of the Premier League, speed-wise, technical level. Yeah, I'm not even sure he'd get in a mid-table team as their striker.
Do you know what's wrong with? Do you know what's the problem with Gyökeres? His thing was last season. He runs into channels. There's no space for channels here. Arsenal are on the A side 99% of the time. 99% of the time. Of course, you're not going to have the space to run into those channels now, especially against these Premier League defenses, against most of the team, when most of the teams are going to play, of course, a lower defensive line. That's what's going to happen.
It's not even just running into channels.
And that's another problem where he can't hold up the ball as well. Sorry,
that's worse. That's worse than the running into channels. He can't hold the ball up.
Like Gyökeres is definitely not up to the standard. But then I fear to see what happens when maybe Gabriel Jesus gets up to speed, or maybe Kai Havertz gets up to speed. Then
how long does Gabriel Jesus need to get up to speed?
When I say get up, he just look. I don't know if you've ever had an ACL injury and you've healed back from it. I'm telling you, I did judo.
I didn't. I asked you how long. I didn't need all this. I asked you how long. I asked you how long.
That's what I want to explain. That's what I want to explain.
No more about
for every individual. Listen, for every. Listen to
right. Every individual is different, but how long does Jesus?
I don't know.
We're talking about Jesus, not other strikers.
I'm not Gabriel Jesus. I'm not Gabriel Jesus.
How long?
I cannot tell you that. I don't see. I'm not Gabriel Jesus. So what I'm saying is, for every individual is different. You can tell when the person is up to speed. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but even a half fit.
Even a half fit Gabriel Jesus looks good on the ball right now.
Let's be honest. Yeah. Arsenal's defense is already good enough. Their midfield's already good enough. It's that up front. That man's had a lot of chances, and Gabriel Jesus comes on for 2 minutes, and man's already doing little flicks away from Van Dijk, and you're like, and he creates that thing from Madueke, and he slipped. Do you remember? He slipped. No, but they should all be rushing. Someone's got to get in that back post.
There was a cross in the first half. Declan Rice put a ball in.
That's the difference. Well, what I wonder if Jesus finally get the nod, would he get the nod to be like, cool? Like, I'm going to run the ship, because the ball looks faster. He's just as hard working as Gyökeres. He presses just the same way.
He is. And that's what I'm saying.
He brings in the team a lot more in it. And I just think, like, look at the first half. And Trossard were doing everything, but Gyökeres was just there, existing, and not trying to create an opportunity for himself, maybe.
But that's what I'm saying, Kaz. Like, with Gyökeres, as terrible as he is, right? Somehow this team has found a way to score the second most goals, and it's annoying for me because I need my striker to score me goals. Get me right. Somehow they found a way to share the goals amongst themselves. So I just feel like a striker that is 50% better than Gyökeres right now, because not only are we still top of the league with this crazy Gyökeres that is terrible. I'm not trying to defend anybody. I'm saying he's bad, but yet we found a way to still be top of the league, score the second most goals in the league with a striker that is that horrible. I just need that fixed. Get me a striker 50% better than Gyökeres.
What I was going to mention about Gyökeres is against
final thing, Musa. Final thing, and even. You know what? Let me know. I'm not going to say that because I know people are just going to forget
about against a team like Bournemouth, he can win those like as Arteta would mention. He can win the duels, but he can't win against Konate, against Van Dijk, against a team with stronger centre backs, against a team, of course, with much more capable centre backs.
Very few centre backs.
It's difficult to win duels. It's difficult to win duels, which is his most of his.
Wait, let me one second before you
threat is error threat. I think his most important thing is about Gyökeres is his error threat.
His aerial threat poor.
That's the only thing.
So bad.
Against Bournemouth, he was okay at it. But
Gyökeres is terrible in the air. Gyökeres is terrible in the
air. I saw against Bournemouth do stuff.
Who said there's very few centre backs? By the way, quick one. Who said very few centre backs? Because who?
No, I said there's very few centre forwards that can bully Van Dijk and Konate.
Oh yeah, of course.
With your he is right, bro. We're by 6 points, bro. If we had a striker that was firing, we'd probably go.
Yeah, if we had a striker that was fine, we'd probably right. And again,
okay, what about if we had a striker?
And again,
what are we doing? If we had a striker,
I can't hear everyone. Go on, Kai.
Everyone can do the shoulda, woulda, coulda thing. But we all know Liverpool made the most chances in the game. You understand?
You had 0 shots on target, bro. What are you talking about?
Huh?
Why are you?
We had more touches in your box. We hit the crossbar. You had half chances that were blocked out. Your best shot was from Saka, bro.
Sorry.
Don't do that, yes. Bro, I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm tired of the smug look you've had on your face for the last 3 months, yes. The blueprint against Arsenal. There is a blueprint against Arsenal. Stop the set pieces. You guys are bullies. And what a good bully does is they pick on littler teams and smaller teams. The second you guys go up against a team that is just as physical as you, you guys whimper. You guys don't press the same unless you score a set piece. You guys were waiting and waiting for that invitation to press, and you guys did nothing. We played through you with ease at times today. If you guys don't score set pieces, you guys play completely different. And yes, you know I've been telling you this for 4 months because it started with Sunderland. It started with Sunderland, which wasn't 4 months ago, but that's where the blueprint started. If you can be as physical as Arsenal, they whimper.
Since the blueprint started against Sunderland, how many games have
how many points have you dropped? How many points have you dropped? How many points have you dropped?
4 points. We've dropped 4 points since Sunderland.
You've dropped more than 4 points.
We've dropped 4 points since Sunderland. Against Chelsea.
How many draws do you have?
No, you haven't. No,
you haven't. You dropped 2 losses all season. We have 2 losses all season.
Dropped points is not the same thing as losses. We are all smart enough to know that. How many draws do you have?
4 games.
Okay, so how many points dropped is that?
You said since the Sunderland game. That was your question. You said since the Sunderland game.
Drop points. Drop points. Tell me the number of drop points. Dio, you can do math. You drop points, not losses. Drop points. You still can't tell me how many drop points.
I'm telling you how many we've dropped in the Sunderland game.
You have not told me a number.
It's 5 points actually.
We've dropped 5 points in Sunderland game.
But if you want to include Liverpool now, 7.
So thank you. So 7 points.
So what
you dropped 7 points in the last month.
What is your
more than a month?
What is your point?
Thank you. Whatever the time frame is. The time frame. The point is there is a blueprint. If you can stop Arsenal from scoring set pieces and bullying your team, you can at least find a way to a point.
That's a fallacy. What team has scored the most set pieces right now with Arsenal?
Well, it's not about who scores the most. It's the timing of your goals.
Who's gotten the most set pieces? Who's created the most set pieces?
Chelsea doesn't have to be Arsenal. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm making is that set pieces bring your team alive. You score a set piece, then you press, you bully teams, and then you get the second and third goal.
Changes every week. Beginning of
what do you mean? It's the same.
Set piece merchant. Yo, you don't score from open goals. We start scoring open goals. Oh, yo, open goals are not good. We score a couple of own goals. Oh, yeah, own goal merchant. But meanwhile, City has the same number of own goals that I have. 3-3. But when you're going to talk about it, you're going to try and blame it on the fact that it's Arsenal.
Is this dial monologue time? Is this dial monologue time? We don't want to be here for the monologue, brother.
What are you doing?
All I'm saying is, what was you Arsenal fans saying before the game kicked off? What was you
No, before the game. Guess what I said yesterday? You can go check the stream. I was on. I said my words. I quoted. I said these are the champions that we're coming to play against. Were you not on the stream with me, Musa? When I said we're playing the champions, and you have to be serious about it. I'll take a stinky 1-0 or a 2 at home and just keep
I remember Eagles' face.
And I said that. That's what I said.
That's all I remember.
Yeah, of course I'm expecting. Hold on. Are you never expecting to win when your team wins?
We don't need to know about the Blue Ranger, man. The Mighty Morphin Victim Rangers. We ain't got.
We don't expect to win at home. When you win at home, normally.
Anyways, let me run these. Benny Boy says Gyökeres can't run, play wall passes is mad. Win aerial duels, need 3 to 4 touches to get a shot or to set a shot. He's embarrassing in ban. Havertz was slandered getting 20 goals and assists, and he says Arsenal, and then he basically put the XG on there for you lot to see for yourselves as well. 0.57, 0.37. But if we're going off eye test months, big up, yeah. I would say Liverpool had the better chances. I mean, I'll give you 3 chances. Conor Bradley has got the ability to be dinking that into an open net, bro.
Unlucky, man.
Frimpong should be squaring that ball a lot easier than it was set and tone for the middle of the park. He didn't do it. And he shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? And when he's in on goal, bro, you have to be blasting that bottom bin, Sesko style yesterday. Do you know what I mean? You got to be doing something there. With Arsenal, though, you did create situations, just no one was in those situations to do anything. So, like, Madueke came back close, for instance, Saka in the first half. No one's there. Someone has to be there. You get it? So,
the first half.
Yeah. And that one, I'd say Liverpool, they defended.
Yeah,
well,
but as I said, I've seen a certain Egyptian player with messy hair, or now a buzz cut, be caned for putting in a couple of crosses and not affecting the game.
Who?
You know, just a certain Egyptian. He's away at AFCON right now. Just a certain Egyptian.
Oh, is he in the quarterfinal?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but yeah, that's that. Yeah, I've seen. So
better win.
For me, like, I think we perform well. I think the boys can be proud of that performance. What I would say in the grand scheme of things for Arsenal, I don't think it's anything for them to be too disheartened about. I just think it comes from more of a pet peeve for them to impose themselves on big games, which they haven't done for probably since they've been good. They haven't really imposed themselves enough in big games. I give them the City 1-5-1. That was a bopping, innit? That was a serious bopping. I think
we smacked Chelsea as well.
Chelsea ain't a big team, man.
No, I'm saying when you say top big,
I'm saying like you're not going to when they were finishing 12th, I'll give you that one when they were finishing 12th, but I'll give you that one.
But when you say big games, what do you mean? Because
exactly what are the big games?
I'm talking about when I say big games, I mean like so that I don't know, like the current top 6 teams that you're facing. For me, I feel like you haven't imposed. I didn't say you haven't won games, by the way. I said for me, I don't think you've imposed yourself to show the quality that you actually possess.
Our issues always been against smaller teams, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you've won enough against the smaller teams to win you this league this season, and I think you
this season, yeah. But are you talking about this season? Just this season?
Yeah, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this season. I think the argument could be for prior seasons as well, but more so for this season. I think a lot of the big games, yes. I just think maybe apart from Spurs, outside of Spurs, I think the big games, I feel like you guys could have imposed yourself a bit more. You've still got certain results, but to come out in that second half the way you did was nothing short of a disgrace.
I'll put that out the slot, bro.
And I don't blame Arteta because he was going barking mad all second half. So I don't blame the manager. I blame it on this particular game is on the players for me in terms of the way you guys like. First 5 to 10 minutes into the game, into the second half story, I thought, cool, Arsenal are going to get the ball, impose themselves, and kind of cave us in, and eventually we might just fold. 60th minute, we still have the ball. 75th minute, we still have the ball. 85th minute, we still have the ball. And to me, how you guys could allow, like, I don't know how Wirtz has a better game at striker than Gyökeres. That to me.
Most players have a better game at striker than Gyökeres, to be honest.
That's disgraceful.
That's the issue.
That's disgraceful. You don't let McAllister, who's not put above a 4 all season,
dribble past 3 players, by the way.
Yeah,
bro, that was
we've established months before you came. We've established that Arsenal played with 10 men. Gyökeres is not a player right now.
Do you think? Let me ask you.
I'm not even here to really
question to the Arsenal fans. Yeah,
really, like you don't know what he is, innit? You know what he is. My thing is that
Swedish Højlund.
Yeah, bro, you lot keep comparing him to Darwin Núñez. Stop fucking doing that.
Thank you.
I don't know who's doing that.
Stop comparing him to Núñez. Compare him to Højlund. And even then, Højlund was on a 5-game scoring streak after he went 0.
He was a little kid as well, bro.
You know what I'm
scored
saying?
4 goals last season
I'm
in the
pretty
Premier.
sure was in that group stage.
In the first, he scored 5 in a row. Yeah, scored 5 in a row.
He done well in the Champions League before United got knocked out in the group stage. So Højlund had a good score to record there. So yeah, for me, it's very reminiscent of Højlund. But just in terms of the game, there's never really a lot in Liverpool versus Arsenal games. There isn't really ever really a lot. I'd say maybe the last 4.
You have to go back 8 years ago when Marne was there, bro. You're all cutting them, man. Do you know what I mean?
When Mane, Salah, and Bobby.
I think the Liverpool Arsenal games are probably one of the most stalemate-y, cancel each other out type of games. It's one of those fixtures, innit? And today, I just feel like with what we had available, I think you lot in that second half, we were there for the taking. But I also think that we gave you too much respect. In the first half, we gave you too much respect. Way too much respect. You
need to start playing more of a false 9 now. I think if you're going to do this Ekatike thing, you need to drop deeper and just help out the midfield. When the midfield gets its adequate help here, you know who was missing today? I couldn't believe it. Curtis Jones. If he was there today, I think you take us to Bosla and you have a different game.
But what I would say is that the boys, for me, I feel like that was a performance for the boys. I feel like Liverpool kind of realized that Arsenal didn't really want to win today. I think we just as the game went on, the players are looking at each other like
it did in the 85th minute.
Yeah, all the other teams around them.
In the 85th minute, Rice and Loreni just passing it to each other in the midfield. Like there's no. You think we're 2-0 up, just trying to see the game out.
This is what I mean. I feel like Frimpong and Saka didn't have too much to like. Saka was first 30 minutes. Saka was wonderful watch.
Gyökeres second half though, ate him up, bro.
Gyökeres kind of
got aggressive
a little bit. He matured a little bit.
Slapped him in his face at half time.
Yeah, and then I think with Frimpong, I don't think Frimpong
best game, by the way, Gyökeres.
I don't think Frimpong had a much different game over the span of 90 minutes. I don't think Frimpong and Saka. I think Frimpong was just as good, if not better, than Saka at times. For me,
the final part. It was the final.
I just think Saka's final ball was better, which is why I said it's not. It's one of these ones, isn't it? But Frimpong up until the final ball, especially with Miles Lewis Skelly when he come on. What the Skelly? What the Skells? He fuck up Skelly.
I thought it caught something different for Arsenal. I thought I was
also fuck Martinelli, innit?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Martinelli.
I kind of like that. Still, I
can't even lie. No joke. Like
no one can sit there and argue that.
Players lose their heads in that, and I understand it. Yeah, but that was vile. For me, that was vile. Because, yes, Bradley tried to edge himself back onto the pitch. He tried to edge himself back onto the pitch. And I understand that can spark the, you're wasting time or whatever. But man is saying, he didn't know he was injured. Well, if you don't know what injury he has, it could be an ACL or it could be a twinge. It could be anything then. You're leaving it to the unknown. You've thrown the ball at him. You've leaned your knee at him. And you've pushed him off the pitch.
Well, if that's the case, then...
Like I'm more annoyed that the players didn't bust him up there and then. Match bans and that. Match bans. We're not winning the league anyway.
Nah, it's not that deep,
We're not winning the league anyway, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that to me, I've just done my ACL. That to me is mad.
I don't think I disagree. Yeah, only reason being, it's the 88th minute. It's the 88th minute. You don't know if a man's gone down when you're trying to. It looked like he was trying to waste time.
You're looking at him.
No. You never know. I've seen players falling over all game long. Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, because you know that he had to get stretched off, which Martinelli didn't know. To his defense, man thinks he's just wasting time. He wants to get on with the game. If that was the I'm gonna get.
And you know why he would. You know why he would think that as well.
because Bradley tried to edge himself. He just got injured.
He looked at him.
Months. If you get injured and do your ACL and you fall on the floor, the first thing you're doing is not trying to edge back into the pitch.
You can move. I've done my ACL not long ago, bro. You can move, bro. What I'm
saying is, you yourself, you admitted that Bradley tried to edge back into the pitch. Yes or no? You said that.
Yes.
Good. So my point is, as a player, right? I see you get injured, and I see you try to roll in the pitch to just delay. I would think you're pretending immediately there and then. I won't assume your injury is that serious. I won't.
By the way, even if I'm not saying even
he was halfway in the pitch, halfway out. My point is like not Martinelli. What he did was wrong, disgraceful, and he should be fined for it. I think the FA needs to punish him. I agree. But my point, but again, as a player, if you're literally injured and you stay on the floor, it's a different thing if you're rolling. But you are edging in. Somebody has to.
It happened twice. It happened twice. That's what it is. Two players were injured and everyone carried on playing.
You realize, all I'm saying is we're fans, innit? We're fans, so we're watching from a fan's perspective. As a footballer, you know when someone's got a cramp or a hamstring. They're very similar. You kind of hobble when it's a hamstring. You do the hobble. Do you know what I'm saying? If it's a cramp, you kind of fall and you put your legs up. If it's an innocuous injury where no one has touched you and you literally fall on the floor clutching your knee.
Yeah.
I don't care if you edge. I don't care if you edge before he's even edged himself onto the pitch. 80% of people who don't play football, not gonna lie, that looks a bit mad.
Yeah, but you got. But he stopped. But the thing is, Bradley starts crying and stops crying. Roll puts himself on the pitch and then starts crying again. Martinelli thinks he's. Martinelli thinks he's wasted. No. You got to think of it like this, yeah. You got to think of it like this, yeah. Not because I don't like Liverpool and all this stuff. One sec, let me wrap this, yeah, because this is you're demonizing a guy who thinks he's wasting time because he come back on the pitch. That's on Bradley, not on Martinelli.
He's naive. No, it's not about.
Let me put it like this as well, yeah. If a City player next week decides he wants to do that, and I don't see the low Mazarawi or somebody try to shove them off the pitch, I'll be slagging my player off.
Yeah, you're going mad. You're going mad.
No, I'm not. Can I say it?
I'll say this for free.
You don't want to complain about rivalry, but yet you are acting like a bunch of fannies, bro. You're doing too much. You lot are doing too much. You're doing too much. You lot are doing too much, man.
The game can't be going soft because I'm saying the man need to punch him up. So the game ain't soft.
Nah, man, this is
even Neville said it. Even Neville said it. I would have got a red card.
But Neville's a pig anyways. Like, there's nothing new on that, bro.
I promise you, I'm my teammates, because I've seen more of a reaction when the Everton fans were cheering in front of us, and when Tarkowski scored the goal, and Curtis has gone for my man.
Nah, you lot are doing a victim thing. I can't even lie on this. This is victim complex. And these are got the crowns of that shit.
No, bro, no one
tried to move himself on the pitch.
I'll tell you, man, for free. You man know what an injury is. You know what type of injuries man get.
Yes, I agree. But
I'm not saying that he was right for moving himself back onto the pitch. But if you man are as stupid enough to think that because you can move or edge yourself 3-4 inches that you're not hurt, you're mad.
Nobody's saying it's not hurt.
Don't want me. You've seen Virgil van Dijk walk off the pitch with an ACL. You see man walk off the pitch with you saw Isak limp off the pitch with a fractured fibia.
Okay, so let's do the context.
We all agree. That does not mean you're not.
Hold on. We all agree that Martinelli's action is deplorable. We all agree. Hold on. No. What I'm saying, context, Mont, because you're just saying it like, oh, Martinelli saw the injury, knew he was injured, and kicked him out because he was injured. No. That's the way you're painting the picture. So let me explain. Let me say something to you. If somebody is really injured, right? Yes, it's true. You can still move, you can still do stuff. But context, 2 minutes to the end of the game, you fall out, half of your body's out the pitch. You're in pain, and then you get up and you edge in and you try and roll in. The person would think your injury is not that serious because in that time,
you can move 3 inches.
No, listen. Again, you will assume the referee had blown.
So regardless, the ball was out. Just stay out there on the pitch.
Yeah, everyone.
Stay where you were. The referee had blown his whistle.
Any players doing that. It's the 90th minute.
You're proving the point. If you can move yourself on the pitch, if you're that hurt, then move yourself off the pitch.
If you move, I'm assuming in the moment.
What do you mean? He moved on the pitch, meaning he can move himself off the pitch? Yes or no?
Why am I moving off the pitch?
Yeah, because you're injured. Because Monster said he knew that he, as a footballer or whatever, you know that you're hurt. So if you're hurt and you need a treatment, come on, man. Let's have some context in all of this then, and be fair. You move yourself off the pitch. If I think of it in your way, yeah, Monster, with Roms when we were playing against Wolves or something like that, bro. If you're injured, you go down, bro. Don't keep playing on. Don't try to think that you can stay on because you're going to think that you're not injured no more. But really and truly, in the end, it costs us. In your mind, you want to get on with it. You got to think of Arsenal. They're trying to win a league. Emotions are high. Yeah, with Martinelli and the rest of them. You have to think of it on a human element as well, bro.
I am. That's exactly what
I'm thinking from his perspective. If someone moves themselves on the pitch, you don't think instantly that you're injured. You think you're taking the piss.
Oh, you stay on that pitch because we're going to be down to 10 men. It's the 92nd minute. There's 2 minutes.
Then Martinelli has every right to act the way he acted. Then
no. Listen, you don't have a right. You don't have a right to try and move man. You move man off the pitch, bro. You don't move man off the pitch. But you don't.
It's 1 point. It happened 2 times in that game beforehand, and everyone just played on. That's what Martinelli should have done. Frimpong got injured. They carried on playing. We got pissed. I think who else got for Arsenal?
Wirtz. No, Wirtz went down, and then Gabriel tried to bring him up and said, "On that, whatever." Then carry on.
I'm not even counting that one.
When Arsenal went down, innit?
Martinelli got injured, and we played on. Although everyone played on when a player got injured, he didn't need to touch him, fight him. Simple as. So he shouldn't have done it.
This is my thing. You don't need to put your hands. You don't need to put your hands on a player, bro. Like,
that I agree with.
I'm just saying, if you don't know the extent of the injury, there's no need to try push man off the pitch.
I totally agree with you that his actions were very, very wrong. But my thing is, there's context to why he probably did that action, and he's wrong for even doing it. But the fact that we want to negate the fact that a player goes down, and because if you can roll on the pitch, you can roll off the pitch. That's the way I look at it. When I'm playing 6-a-side and we're swapping players, somebody gets hurt. If you can roll you can roll off the pitch. What are we doing here?
I do think though, man, I need to go back and watch it for the amount of time.
I think I need to go watch. I need to go watch.
I saw it. Standing over him, looking at him, and I was fine with Martinelli until we pushed him in it.
Yeah, the throwing of the ball wasn't an issue.
Yeah, that was minor. That was funny,
right? Yeah, you throw the ball, whatever. Like that's just you getting hot now, whatever. But don't put your players on a man if you don't know the extent of the injury.
No, that's true. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I'm just saying, let's not remove the whole context around it. Let's not remove the whole context. That's my point. I agree with you. Martinelli should be, and like for me, the FA, they should fine him. They should find him.
Yeah, you can't justify that. Would you say that he's a talented player? I don't think he would.
I'll tell you why I said that the FA will find him, because the action, the player is down, the player is already there. Whatever the player does, you can't put your hand on him. Whatever, like he's already down. The referee has blown his whistle. The ball's gone out of play. My thing is, as the FA, if I look at that what Martinelli did, that action of touching the player,
you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing way too much.
But Martinelli done something wrong, but that's not pretend he shot somebody, bro. He just
trust me, man. This is gone beyond, man. I think you lot got this. This is soft stuff, bro.
Can't be soft, bro. I want a man to do him something on the pitch there and then.
Bro, the man didn't think he was injured. He had no knowledge that he think he's injured. You're rolling on the pitch
for that.
But that's not a ban. It's not a free match ban. It's just a moment where it's just like, bro, these men are saying this guy is saying
when I said you should get a fine. I didn't say ban.
Like,
if that's the case, then Gabriel should also get fined because you don't know that. Why are you dragging him? Why are you putting your hands on him as well then?
Cass, if you're playing in a match and someone does that to your teammate, you're doing them something, bro.
Yeah, of course you are. But the thing is, but you're on the defend. But you naturally go to defend your teammate. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works.
Like, come on, man.
You're doing it. In the same way, if there's 2 minutes left and I see a guy fanning about, trying to get on the pitch so we can get the referee to stop the game or whatever. If you're that hurt, get yourself off the pitch. If you're really concerned about yourself, I don't think Bradley knew the extent of it either. At that point, I think adrenaline carries it until it doesn't, and then you know that I need to go on a stretcher. I can't move no more. You wait. I just look at that thinking I would also try to go get someone off the pitch. I'm trying to win a game. I want to win the league. So on that part, I say, yeah, Martinelli's head was hot, but in the same breath, I just think it's not that deep. I think Liverpool fans will defend it, and I think Arsenal fans will defend their player. And I just look at it thinking, this is just...
Nah, bro. None of my players did that, bro. I'll be saying you're a fucking idiot, bro. You're fucking...
I don't think if you don't want rivalries and all this kind of stuff, whatever. I said,
I'll be like, you're
God forbid next week, against, like I said, against Man City, if a player goes down like that, I don't care what's going on. If my player's not trying to move him out the way when he's trying to take the piss, when I'm trying to win a game, considering I draw all the fucking time, I'll be vexed at my own player for not trying to move him off the pitch or at least help him. Like Reece James with Vardio. I don't know. Get him off the pitch.
You'll agree to this. I'm vexed at my players for not punching them up in it. I'm vexed at my players in it. I'll be honest.
But let's be real. No player is fist fighting. No one's punching no one up.
Yeah, I know.
This ain't Vinny Jones days or the 90s. No one's punching no one up. There's no.
And as you said, the game's gone. As you said, the game's gone, bro.
Exactly. So now we're advocating for punching up, but it's okay. It's not okay for cool, whatever. Then, innit?
I didn't say it's okay, bro.
We should punch each other up, but we should draw the line when someone tries to move.
I didn't say it's okay. That's the difference, bro. You man are trying to okay what Martinelli's doing. I don't believe it's okay. I know it's not okay. Bro.
I hate it when Dorgu decides he wants to fanny about and just dive everywhere. Get him off the pitch too. Drag him out. Pisses me off. I hate it. I think fannying about is that personally is just a personal thing that I dislike in football.
Bro, I can't.
But yeah, man, I don't know. It's peak for Bradley. It's peak for Bradley because he can't catch a break in it. He actually had a good game today. Bradley had a good game today.
He annoyed me, man. He kept slowing down the play.
Yeah, he had a good game today. He
was getting you got to think that left-hand side of Arsenal's, don't get me wrong, all they had to do was keep pressing because everything else is going down Kirk's side. All they were doing is pressing, my man. To be fair, he looked more like a back three. But look, Bradley looked like he was the extra centre-back. Am I wrong?
I'm going back to the Did it not look being pissed that we didn't win? I'm going mad.
Yeah, because you probably think of the chances that you could have had to put the back in the net in it.
You didn't think you were going to win when you're coming to that wing.
No, I didn't think exactly win before the game.
So after the game, yes, you could be pissed that okay, we didn't take our chances, but you did not assume you're going to win this game.
No, during the game, I thought we were going to win. I'm not going to lie. There was moments I thought, right, we might actually nick this.
No, I'm saying before you came, you didn't assume you're going to win.
No, of course not.
Yeah. Especially when you look at the league the way it is, isn't it?
Before we came, most thought we was going to get smoked.
Yeah, I thought we was going to get smoked. 3-4-0. I'm not going to lie.
I thought it'd be like a 1. I thought it'd be like a 1-0. I said a stinky 1-0.
How long did Ekatike out for? How long did Ekatike out for?
I don't know if they said, because he's supposed to be back.
He should be back.
Yeah, next game.
I'm so convinced if he played today, you lot win. I'm convinced.
Most of us think that as well.
I think so.
I really
needed that bit of hold up.
That's a shoulda, woulda, coulda thing. Because maybe hold on. What makes you think that if Ekatike played, Arsenal will play the way they played?
Because if we go off the
game changed. The way you guys set up against us today is probably what mitigated.
My point about Arteta, we expect these things from Arteta. This is what I've been trying to say all show. These are the things that Arteta does in these games.
It wasn't on Arteta though. It wasn't on Arteta.
It wasn't on him.
This game was on Arteta. You brought on Eze. What's Eze done in the last how many games?
But if he doesn't make the sub,
you're picking the extension and using that.
You know Gyokeres is scoring goals.
No, Arteta can't win. Arteta can't win, so we can't win.
No, but if he keeps Odegaard on the whole 90, people are going to say, "Why didn't you change it up?" You can't.
100%. That's shoulda, woulda. That's coulda, shoulda, woulda.
No, but that's what you all see all the time. Arteta doesn't trust his players.
Yeah.
Arteta doesn't bring man in. Arteta
Yeah,
only
but
Odegaard. This was on our players. There's no way in the world because again,
there's a receipt somewhere. Stereotypes don't just come from nowhere.
Regardless of what you say,
the team
Arteta set up today, as bad as that team was, created one big chance against you and 4 shots on target.
Another week, what?
As bad as that team was
Credit in the
today,
bank
4
for
shots on
Stock, G.
target and one big chance. And that one big chance what are we doing?
What I will say, you look, because I think people.
Do you remember when I said he's stubborn? Remember I said he's stubborn?
Credit in the bank for Stock, G.
It's on the managers though, bro. Arteta, bro, this cannot be on Arteta. Like he was doing this. Even that time Saka got the ball and he didn't shoot and Gyökeres tackled him. He's going, bro, bro, you can see him say, like, you can see him going.
I think he played into the frustration. I think he played into the frustration. That's what I'm trying to say to you. This is like
everybody has to blame Arteta. That's the bottom line. Arteta has to be the one that they have to blame.
Playing into the frustration. He was emotional. It's too emotional.
He was telling the players, keep your calm because they were
the 80th minute, mate. I saw that.
That's because Rice.
Did you see the play?
No.
The whole game
because Rice passed it off.
Rice passed the ball off the pitch. Rice missed the pass. He went out and he was like, calm down, relax, open your eyes, look at the player. If a manager is telling his team to calm down and not kick the ball out the pitch, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Anyway,
for me.
Another game, never draw.
The manager is telling his team to relax and chill. They're kicking the ball off the pitch, and you're saying, "Oh, yeah, he was doing this." Like, what do you expect him to tell his players? What do you expect him to what did he say? He said, "Calm down," because you're passing the ball away. You're not even
your heads
giving it
are
to your
gone.
man.
That's why you're frustrated. That's what your heads are gone already. That's what I'm trying to say.
It doesn't mean your head is gone. That's what the manager does. The manager talks to his players in the middle of a game when they make a mistake, and he said, "Calm down, relax."
But you know, sometimes you can let's be real. Let's just end it. Yeah, you can shout all the instructions you want. When the other team is playing better than you, it don't matter what instructions you're giving. You're just getting dominated, and that's what happened in the second half. You just got dominated.
Yeah, I agree. Second half, Liverpool was way better than us. Definitely, nobody's arguing that. But the point that we wanted, the fact that someone wants to say it's Arteta's fault. When the manager make changes, with players that actually are good in tight spaces. When we know that you guys are setting up every time we attack, you played on the low block. Again, this is what the manager needs to do: bring in a player that is good in tight spaces. Eze is good in tight spaces. Nani is good in tight spaces. So he brings those guys on to see if they can unlock something. Oh no, Arteta did not try.
All right, can you imagine this shit if Arsenal win the league, man? Then you hearing how man are going on now? Yeah, can you imagine?
They're gonna win it, man.
Can you imagine? We are winning the league.
No, you ain't, man. No, you ain't.
They are, man.
You'll be here. I guarantee you, the whole of next summer, you will not be on streams. You will run away because I was very good.
Chelsea's book, we took the leap out of Chelsea's book. So Chelsea, we just copied your blueprint, innit? But what we've done is we've bought you lot a little bit more time because if we lost today, the league was done. So we bought you lot a little bit more time.
We brought you. That's what I said. That's what I said.
Won this league yet.
But you don't forget one thing in it. Yeah, City are at Old Trafford next week. Yeah. It don't really matter.
No, it could be done again. You got
to be Hope Forest. You got to Hope Forest do a little something, and then the following week you got to hope Man United get the Liverpool blueprint.
Can we say the real frauds of this week are actually Man City? Because now they're going to look at this and go, well,
the last 3 results: Sunderland, Chelsea, and who did you play? Brighton.
The Arsenal boys should be baked. The Arsenal boys should be baked off.
They should be in the same points. 6 points. They should be in the same points now. But you know, different teams, different agendas.
3 games in a row.
That's what I'm saying. A week and a half ago, we were 2 points ahead. Now we're 6. So it's still all good.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off. You probably look at it thinking we should be 8 points. And I look at what we've drawn to, bottom of the league, and think, how the hell are we not past Liverpool at least?
Yeah.
No, don't work like that. Football. How are you drawing against the way Burnley, Wolves, and Leeds and fucking all of them? They're all bottom feeders, and we can't beat bottom feeders.
It's league shit. That's what it is. League shit, man.
You know what? And we're out. We out. We out.